back to the channel. I got some updates on two bikes. Where do I start? Usually I have video and pictures of the bike, and I probably will take a video, maybe, but I'll start off with the BMW, the stroker bike. I usually say stroker nitrous, but I don't know if I'm gonna put nitrous on the bike because I'm going through a headache with BMWs, a BMWism. So right now, I just spent the last, I don't know how many hours last night, all day yesterday, trying to figure out why this, it's the equivalent of a tip over sensor. It's called a VDS, vertical down sensor, on a BMW, right? And I tried the GS911, I flashed the ECU, and it just refuses to go away. So therefore, I cannot, I can't do anything with the bike. I can't, you know, start it. I can't do anything. It's like the bike is dead. Now all the lights and everything cut on, but it won't do anything. So right now I'm heading to Nashville Motos. They got a computer. Obviously, it's one of those BMW computers, you know, that probably has more things that it can do as it pertains to, you know, scanning and all of that, and deleting fault codes and all of this stuff. So I'm hoping that they can hook it up to the computer and either just clear the code, or maybe they tell me it's a sensor or something like that. What I don't want to do is buy a sensor or something, because these sensors are like $140, $180, you know, and as everybody knows, I'm cheap. So that's that. I think the other thing that I ran into, because I'm fully transparent, is I had a fuel pump. I bought another fuel pump. I thought all of the fuel pumps were interchangeable, but ironically, you can go up, but you can't go down. So like the 2010 through 2014 fuel pumps, they actually fit the newer year bikes, at least 15 through up to 16 or 18 or something like that. And I know this because Pebbles, the carbon fiber bike that I just recently did in my videos, something happened with that fuel pump. It failed. So to quickly get the bike up, I took the fuel pump from the 2011 and put it on the 16, and it works no problem. I actually tested it yesterday. Well, I was trying to figure it out yesterday, and I pulled the whole tank and put it on the bike, and then it matches up to the plugs on the harness, so, of the 2011. So I'm like, okay, so now I have a newer year fuel pump with an aftermarket AEM, you know, high LPH pump in it, but I can't use it. Of course I can. Then I was like, well, I'll just swap the pumps. Well, that pump won't fit on the 16 either. So I don't know. It's probably a 17 through 18 pump or something. I started looking at part numbers yesterday, and then I just got annoyed and was like, okay, whatever. So that's the two primary things that's happening, that's holding me up from actually trying to see if the bike will start off the stock ECU. Now, I went through the menus and everything, and it seems to be fine, but whatever. So that's the S1000. That's all throughout well, I'm starting to make videos and content about it, because why not? It's content. Okay, my Subzero Busa. The Subzero Busa just got put on the dyno, and right now the oil pressure is not showing where we would like it to be. We don't know if it's an internal issue, like, because the motor was built, so we don't know if it's an internal issue or not, or I mean, I don't know. So obviously we got to tear the motor down to figure it out. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm not sure if it has single ring pistons or not, dual ring pistons or whatever, but on deceleration it's smoking a lot. We also, last but not least, the craziest thing, Obviously, I mean, it has a 9mm crank in it, so in theory the bike should be making, you know, at least 230 horsepower. The bike is making about 220, and I think it's on race gas. So with the bike making 220 horsepower, whether the cams be holding them back or the massive spacer plate that's on it to keep the compression down, gotta figure it out. So essentially I'm going to pick up the bike, and then I'm gonna have to drop the motor, and then now we got to tear the motor back down to see, you know, if there's an issue internally, and then potentially make changes so we can bump the compression back up. Now, the lower compression isn't such a bad thing, and I say that just because it was supposed to be mostly a nitrous bike, and I did that because most people in the roll race game, you know, a lot of people use jockeys. I don't like using a jockey. I actually have never really used a jockey, if ever. I always race my own stuff, win or lose. And so I figured, you know, the power adder would kind of even things out. But I don't know that that's going to work, just because, you know, the cams might be too small. I need more than 220. Shit, I've had 1000s that make that, you know. So this bike is said to be on, what I wanted was on nitrous. It was supposed to be faster than my H2, at least more horsepower and torque than my H2. So so that's in essence, that's an update. I'm probably gonna show some video. I'm not gonna show me tearing, you know, taking the motor out of the chassis and doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that. I mean, I have other videos where I show me dropping motors out of boosters and stuff. So I mean, it's still a race bike. I'm trying to be competitive, kind of, but at least I'm somewhat transparent about what's going on with the bikes. So futuristically speaking, now I have to make the decision. If I'm going back into the motor, what am I going to do? Am I going to leave it the same? Am I going to go with bigger cams, since the cams that's in it is relatively, is probably hurting the horsepower a little as well, just to, you know, make it streetable or keep it streetable? Or am I going to do, as I was telling my boy Cartel the other day, and Donnell, like, I'm borderline now about to, and I know this is crazy, but I'm about to have a Samiti bike. And what I mean by that is, it's straight race. Maybe I cruise down to a bike night, but it's straight race. And if I do a straight race thing, then I won't really care, and then I'll just have to have all the power, which means the bike will have to be trailered to the race spot, and then I race it, do whatever I'm doing, and then obviously shut it down, whatever. So I'm still thinking about that. I don't know. I'm pushing towards that. I don't think that type of Busa, that type of Busa exists right now, because most of the Busas, even at, you know, and I also entertain the thought of getting, you know, a bigger crank as well, just throwing it in, I mean, if the motor's being torn down to check some stuff, just picking up an 11mm crank and then throwing it in there as well. So I don't know. I have a whole nother Busa motor, and I also have my drag bike, which now I'm entertaining the thought of making changes to that, because I don't drag race like as much as I want or used to, and I'm always busy. So now I'm just like, maybe I convert that to a somewhat streetable bike. I don't know. To have a bunch of, you know, powerful Busas just sitting there, I don't know. I might even sell it. I'm not sure yet, because right now that's a good 1441 on a, I think it's like a 80 or 90 shot of nitrous right now. And you know, I was motivated by envy to do something with the bike. I wanted to, you know, get it up to par, but with these projects doing too much and continuously, for lack of better terms, fucking me over, I don't know what I want to do. So at any rate, that's some updates. I'm sure, you know, hit me in the comments. What do you think I should do with these damn bikes? Sell them, part them out, or keep going? You know, if y'all are interested, at least I'm trying to show, like, if, you know, if you try to do some of these things to, you know, BMWs or do these massive builds on Busas, like, you know, building bikes and making bikes fast is not, it's not an easy task. Like, if you want to set yourself apart from like the norm, the average, you can't have the average stuff, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, like it's annoying, it's aggravating, but at the same time, like, anybody who's fast, and I'm not saying I'm fast, but anybody that you think is fast, in the road race scene or the drag race scene, even road racing, race teams and road racing, when they come up with when they're testing combinations, yeah, there's stuff like this that happens. So, you know, I don't believe in, you know, the follow the leader type stuff, you know. So anyways, that's that. And now I guess I'll switch over to showing you some footage of what I got going on of the bikes. I haven't even added the oil bypass on it yet. Okay, so I'm at Nashville Motos. Just talked to Alan. He's one of the BMW techs. And okay, I'm gonna catch my breath. I gotta, you know. See, he's right there. And I got my friend here dressed like he's going to church. All right, so I did promise to show y'all the bike. All right, this is the bike. Now, I've gone over this in previous videos, and what I'm having an issue with is when you cut it on, you'll see it. BDS. It does nothing. Nothing. I push the button, it does nothing. So that's the S1000. And then I guess the next bike y'all will see will be the Subzero Busa. Peace out. Be back. Hey, I just want to throw this in. These two gentlemen were awesome at the track. Y'all gonna see the video if you watch it. And yeah, I'm glad to see them again. I wish it was under other circumstances. Yeah, but it's okay. Well, I would throw this in. So this is the bike that I tested. And it looks like it is sold. Not to me though. Not to me. These race bikes are doing too much, man. They're taking too long. So nice V2, another V2, and then we have a V4R back here as well. Looks used. That's not sold, but I'm sure it's a nice bike. So I think what I'm gonna do is, once I get all of my projects up and running without any issues, then I'll probably get a Ducati. We'll see. But now I am heading to get my Busa, because I have to drop the motor for that one. Be back. By the way, I'm in the market for another trailer probably. I'm wondering if I'm gonna keep this. I get a lot of laughs at the gas station. All right, well, Beamer dropped off. Let me go deal with Busa problems. Okay, so check it out. I wanted to kind of like, I had to add this into the video because, you know, I'm legit. Like, I tell the truth, right? A BMW, modifying them, man, I feel like they're great street bikes, but like, trying to like seriously race them, especially when you get into the motor stuff, I don't know that I just wanted to try it. But I didn't turn this video on for this. I turned it on for this. Look at the repair order for a tip over sensor on a BMW. Check it out. You see that? Hold on, that might have had my address. So I got to do that again, because I don't want y'all pulling up on me. Let me see where. Okay, here we go. Y'all see that cost? $417.06 for a tip over sensor. Yeah, I might part this bike out to sell it. I don't know if I'm dealing with this BMW stuff when it comes to this type of race stuff. All right, be back when I'm looking at the Busa. All right, well, I'm back at Gooch's Motorsports to see my man Lee. I got all of the bikes and stuff. The Jigs are sold. I did kind of like the way it looked, but it's already sold. That's a good thing. But all right, so I am here. Oh, excuse me, my brother.
Something's wrong with it.
Something's wrong with it. Yes, that is the man right there.
Something's wrong with it.
So this is what I'm about to do. I told you I was going to show it. Something's going on with it, so we're going to tear it down, and then my man right here, Lee,
What's up?
he's going to,
What you doing?
we got to do something with this, because I don't appreciate what's happening. So, but this is how it looks. I have a YouTube channel and all of that. He's used to my cameras. There's nothing grudge in here, so.
No, not today. Man.
Not today, so I'm just showing, gotta get my content. All right, I'll be back. Gotta take it home. Man, it sucks that the motor has to come back apart. I'm sitting right here in front of it right now, and man, I mean, so much money is into this bike. And in all honesty, I thought the thing was heavy, but the reality is this bike is actually lighter, or it feels lighter than my S1000. It's crazy. So, yeah. But we'll see. Got to take some things apart and see how I'm going to deal with it. But it's nice. So more video and footage will come later on, but this bike has to come back apart. I actually went with that, you know. This bike has to come back apart because, yeah, like I said, like I alluded to before, something's going on in the motor. So, got to figure it out first. All right, so that in essence is my day so far. Bikes, drama, bikes. And I guess I'll take the Busa back to the house, disconnect everything, drop the motor, and then take a hardcore look at it and see what we're gonna do next. Hopefully there's no major damage or anything. Not sure why it's smoking a lot, but we'll see, you know. This is one of those things where I guess, you know, if you have a quality builder, like, you just kind of stick with them. Nothing against Portec. Portec does great work, you know. I don't know what the discrepancy or issue is here, but I really wish I probably should have just stuck with my primary builder, just because, like, he has yet to let me down yet over the years. So, but it's a learning experience, you know. It's one of those things. At any rate, that's about it. Like, share, subscribe, follow the build.